Hey guys, TheMtVernonKid here back again. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Indie Showcase, and today on Indie Showcase, as always, you know the slogan: from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, and everything all around. Here again to review more comics from the indie companies, not the big two, but the indie companies. And today, I'm here to give you my review of Gargoyles. Gargoyles, issue number 1 by Dynamite, Greg Weisman, and Cam Badisa. I hope I'm saying the name right. If I butchered it, I apologize. Um, George, I want to make sure I get the first name right, is the artist on this. This was a fun issue, a very fun issue. Got I got the beautiful cover. This is the Sonosda DA cover. Because there was different covers, but I got this cover. I like this. This was great. If you weren't a Gargoyles fan, and I made this perfectly clear to a lot of people, if you weren't a Gargoyles fan, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I'm dead serious about that. Do not, don't talk to me. I'm a child of the 80s, and of course growing up in the 90s as well. Gargoyles was the shit. This was the shit. Even my dad, who was 63, loved this show. He used to always watch it with me. And I loved it. Loved everything about it. Loved hearing Sally Richardson Whitfield voice Elisa Maza. Loved Keith David voicing Goliath. Jeff Bennett was voicing Brooklyn. So many different actors that came on, and a lot of Star Trek alumni actors voicing characters in this show. But where does this show take place? This was a good catch-up issue. Basically, it caught up on what was going on in the series, or if you haven't watched the show in a while, or you didn't go refresher yourself on what the lore is on Disney Plus or anything like that, you got to. This was easy to read for newcomers. They gave you. It is narrated by Elisa, and in there she's telling you about what goes on in New York, how New York is in her world, everything like that. From at night, it's different in the daytime, but at night, things like that. She even goes on to say, she literally even goes on to say, my boyfriend and his family come out at night and take care of and protect the city. Basically, she admits it right here in this book that Goliath is her boyfriend, and you see them kiss and everything, and it's not like we haven't seen them kiss in the show, but yeah, they're kissing here, and she's saying I miss you, and you hearing Keith David's voice come out of there, and it's just like, oh. And she goes down the list of showcasing everybody. Here's Goliath's mentor Hudson. Here's Goliath's second in command, Brooklyn. And here, Brooklyn, you can't really get a good look, but you see him down here. He looks very much like how he looked. Remember the past, when the Avalon saga, where we saw a possible future where Goliath had disappeared and Brooklyn took over, and he was in love with Demona and things like that, and that look that he wore, he kind of wears that. But here, he's also missing an eye, and he's got a love. He's got a woman that he loves. He's got a lover. Her name is Katana, and they have a son named Nashville. But he just says Nash with a G, but the G is silent. It's really funny. We see Lexington, we see Broadway, and Angela still together. No Bronx, didn't see Bronx in here. And Lisa's just going on. She's talking about This is my partner Matt Bluestone, and we're partners, everything like that. We also see that Cold Stone and Cold Fire are with the clan, the Manhattan clan, and they are with them. And I love the big joke in there is like, they're like, well, Cold Stone and Cold Fire, they don't need much rest. They just need a little charge, and they'll be back up and running. It's really funny. But most of the thing is, it's catching up on the core element of the Gargoyle universe, but also what has been going on. For example, the turf war between Tony Dracon and Thomas Brod is still at large, even though they're behind bars in Rikers Island. Their subordinates are still doing their, still, as they said, as Elisa says, after we took them down, we've created a vacuum, and they're still going on, and it's really interesting stuff. Besides that, we see Derek Mazza, Elisa's brother, aka Talon, and Maggie the cat are about to expect a child, and she's in the labyrinth about to give birth. And we also see that there's also that Thalog is spying on them along with Dr. Savarius, and they want Maggie and Derek's child. He wants their child. And he said, "Yeah, well, then keep an eye on them, because he has someone down there in the labyrinth checking on them." And he's just all like, "Well, you watch them, because I want the child." And they're like, and one of her boys like, "You can't take that child away from them." And he's like, "Watch me, even if I have to cause mom and dad's death." And it's like, whoa, okay. So we see a lot. That's the big reveal that's going on. But afterwards, it's just a big refresher course. Really big refresher on who these characters are. And it even goes on, they even go on to tell, especially when we bring up Brooklyn's wife, she's like, well, this happened. Brooklyn was in feudal Japan, and this is what happened, and it's just like, that's a long story. But you get where, if you know what's going on, you know what's going on. But yeah, this was good. This was fun. I'm looking forward to seeing where Greg Weisman is going to take this series, because it's good to see that Dynamite picked up a lot of the Disney properties, to do comics with. I mean, Darkwing Duck is going to be coming here too. I can't wait for that. But to see, some new ends of Gargoyles is great. No Xanatos in this, and no Fox, nobody like that, but it was still good. Owen was shown in here, but outside of that, yeah, this was just a really good show. The artwork was pretty good, you can get I give you a sense of the artwork. It works. It works really well. Here's some good artwork. I mean, look at that. That looks downright just like Angela, and you see Broadway there. Like I said, he's missing an eye now, but yeah, I mean, it's still good, and that's Katana, his wife, right there, pretty cool. And there's their son right there. Looks like daddy, just a different color. Color looks like mommy, and things like that. And he prefers to be called Nash, but his name is Nashville, so it's really funny. Like I said, I'll show you some more artwork. His Derek as Talon, and like I said, here is one of Savarius and Thalog's subordinates in the labyrinth talking about the birth is happening, things like that. And here's Thaylog. There's Thaylog. Remember, Thaylog, not Thaylog. I've heard some people say Thaylog. It's Thaylog. Thailog. People say Thaylog, and no, it's Thaylog. Get it? But no, this was good. This was fun, and I love how Lisa said, "Yeah, my life is a little complicated, but you know, hey, it is what it is." She has no problems with it, really, and I like that. Reading this book was great. It was fun. I loved it. More importantly, just reading everybody's dialogue. I just heard the actors' voices come out of there. It was just so good, so fun, and I'm looking forward to more. And why now is Thaylog so interested in Derek and Maggie's child? Like, what's going on with that? But you know, this is Greg Weisman doing what he does. I mean, there's a lot of people. This is his baby. He knows what he's doing, and I'm looking forward to reading more and being interested. But as always, you know, Dynamite, one of my favorite indie companies, well-known indie companies. I love the properties they have under their lineup, and there's good stuff. It's just real good stuff. As well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a little review of Indie Showcase here on the channel, guys. Starting next year, I'm not really knowing which month I'm going to do it, but Indie Showcase will have its very own channel. I'm converting one of my older channels into just Indie Showcase, so excuse me, oh boy, excuse me. All my indie comic books reviews from, you know, all the books that I helped kickstart and things like that, just anything indie comics from Image, Dynamite, IDW, you know, all the other independent companies will have their own webs. It will have their own channel. I am converting one of my older channels that I don't really use as much to that. But yeah, that's going to be fun to do. But yeah, if you haven't read this, if you haven't read Gargoyles, I do recommend it. Go find it, check it out. If you're a fan, you're going to love it. If you're not, if you've always been a casual fan, you still may like it too. But this is definitely for really hardcore fans. That's how my personally feel. It's more for the big fans. And like I said, my dad saw this, I went and my dad saw it. He came by and he was like, oh, Gargoyles, they got comics now? Like, yeah, Dad, they had comics before, but yeah, my dad this is one of my favorite modern cartoons that my dad loved. So yeah, good stuff indeed. Good job, Mr. Weisman. You didn't let me down with that, of course. But with that being said, guys, you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time on Indie Showcase. Deuce.